Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYS FANS. Let's get to the news. The NFL landscape is always shifting, and right now, there's a lot of buzz about a potential blockbuster trade that could seriously shake up the NFC East, and more specifically, the Dallas Cowboys' pursuit of their next Super Bowl championship. The focus is on Roquan Smith, the linebacker currently with the Baltimore Ravens, who has been making waves with his exceptional play. Rumors are swirling that the Cowboys might be in the mix to acquire him, and if it happens, it could be a game-changer for their defense and overall championship ambitions. Let's unpack this a bit. The Ravens, sitting at 6-5, are facing some tough decisions. Their defense, which was once a strength, has been leaking points lately, giving up an average of 4 points per game, a number that's not gonna cut it if they want to contend deep into the playoffs. They have some cap space, around $10 million free, yet they're looking at some pending contracts, especially with Marcus Humphrey, and they need to prioritize re-signing their key players, including Lamar Jackson. So trading Roquan Smith makes a lot of sense for Baltimore right now. They could get a third-round pick in the 2026 draft from the Cowboys, which would be a solid return, especially considering Smith's value as a defensive maestro. Roquan Smith, drafted in 2018, has been one of the league's most disruptive linebackers when healthy. Over his career, he's accumulated a remarkable 597 solo tackles, 313 assists, and a total of 910 combined stops. His stats include 12 sacks, 13 interceptions, 28 passes defended, and 11 forced fumbles. His PFF grades have been consistently high, around 90. 5 overall, and he's known for his elite coverage ability with a coverage grade of 91. 2, he's truly a tackling machine. His EPA per target sits at -0.15, reflecting his knack for preventing big plays and forcing turnovers. In 2024, he's been just as impactful with a PFF grade of 91. 0, adding 60 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and a handful of forced fumbles. But what makes Smith so appealing for Dallas? Well, for starters, he's a game-changer on defense. His ability to make stops, his leadership, and his knack for elevating the entire linebacker core are exactly what the Cowboys need to take their defense to the next level. Dallas's linebacker core has been solid, but adding a player like Smith would give them a true blueprint for a dominant defense, one that can stop the run, cover tight ends effectively, and pressure the quarterback. Imagine him alongside Leighton Vander Esch and the emerging Jabril Cox. Suddenly, that linebacker group becomes one of the best in the league, and it's not just about stopping the run. Smith's presence would also free up other defenders to get after the quarterback. With the Cowboys already boasting a strong pass rush led by Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, adding Smith's disruptive ability in the middle could turn their defense into a nightmare for offenses. His ability to read plays, shed blocks, and make tackles in space aligns perfectly with what Dallas has been building defensively. Plus, his leadership on and off the field could serve as a rallying point for the entire team, especially in high-pressure playoff situations. Now let's talk about the impact this could have on the Cowboys' offense as well. Dak Prescott has been playing some of his best football this season, especially when it comes to deep throws and avoiding turnovers. His connection with CeeDee Lamb has been electric, and the team's offensive line has been solid, allowing Prescott the time he needs to find his guys downfield. However, turnovers remain a concern, and a more aggressive ball-hawking defense could create more opportunities for Prescott and the offense to capitalize. With a defense that can set up short fields or create turnovers, the Cowboys' chances of making a deep playoff run increase significantly. Another aspect to consider is how this move could influence the NFC playoff picture. The Cowboys are currently sitting at 6-5-1, a respectable record, but they need to tighten up on defense and continue to improve on offense. The addition of Roquan Smith would give them a boost in the standings and in playoff seeding. Plus, it would send a message to the rest of the NFC that Dallas is serious about contending. The NFC is wide open, but with the Eagles and 49ers looking strong, the Cowboys need every advantage they can get. Smith's presence could be the X factor that elevates Dallas from a good team to a true championship contender. Now, some might ask, why would the Ravens be willing to part ways with Smith, especially since his play has been so impactful this season? Well, there are a few reasons. The Ravens are facing some tough cap decisions, and with some pending contracts and the need to rebuild their offensive line, they might see this as an opportunity to get some draft capital while still maintaining a competitive defense. They are also rebuilding their offensive line, which has struggled at times, and might prioritize that over holding onto a player like Smith, especially if they believe they can rebuild their linebacker core with younger players or different schemes. From the Cowboys' perspective, acquiring Roquan Smith makes perfect sense. The team has been looking for a player who can elevate their defense, especially in the middle. His ability to stop the run, cover tight ends, and make game-changing plays in clutch moments fits right into what Dallas is trying to build. The Cowboys have always valued strong linebacker play. Think of the legendary defenses that helped them win Super Bowls in the past. And now, bringing in Smith could be a step toward creating that kind of legacy again. If this trade happens, it'll also be interesting to see how it impacts the team chemistry. Smith is known for his leadership and high football IQ. His presence in the locker room and on the field could galvanize the defense, especially as they push toward the playoffs. And with the right coaching staff and schemes, he could become the centerpiece of a Dallas defense that's already pretty formidable, but could use that extra push to reach elite status. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could also influence the Cowboys' draft strategy. If they trade a third-round pick in 2026 for Smith, it shows they're all in on this season's championship window. They might also be more aggressive in free agency or draft picks to fill other gaps, knowing they have a superstar linebacker to anchor their defense. It's a strategic gamble that could pay off big time, especially if it helps Dallas get over the hump and finally bring home that elusive sixth Lombardi trophy. The fan base is buzzing, and rightfully so. Roquan Smith, when healthy, has shown he can be one of the most disruptive linebackers in the league. His ability to fly around the field, make stops, and create turnovers aligns perfectly with what the Cowboys need to elevate their defense to a Super Bowl winning level. And considering the tough competition in the NFC, every little edge counts. The Eagles are loaded, the 49ers are loaded, but Dallas has the talent and now the potential to add a piece like Smith and make a serious statement. Of course, nothing is certain until the trade actually happens, but the signs are pointing in that direction. The Ravens could be motivated to make a deal, especially if they believe they can rebuild their cap space and offensive line. The Cowboys, on the other hand, have the draft capital and the need for a dynamic linebacker to push their defense into elite territory. If this move comes to fruition, it could be the catalyst that propels Dallas into the next Super Bowl era, giving them that extra edge to beat the best in the league. As the season unfolds, and with the playoffs approaching, every game, every play, and every strategic move matters. The possibility of adding Roquan Smith isn't just a rumor, it's a potential turning point for the Cowboys' championship dreams. They've built a talented roster, but adding a player of Smith's caliber could be the final piece of the puzzle needed to finally get them back on top of the NFL. And with the NFC so competitive, the stakes couldn't be higher. So, stay tuned, Cowboys fans. This story is far from over, and we'll keep you updated with all the latest developments. Whether or not this trade goes down, one thing is for sure. The Cowboys are in a prime position to make some serious noise this postseason, and the addition of a player like Roquan Smith could be the game changer they've been waiting for. Keep that Cowboy spirit alive, because the battle for NFC supremacy is heating up, and Dallas is ready to fight for that Super Bowl glory once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think adding Roquan Smith is the missing piece for a Super Bowl run? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. The season is heating up, and everything points toward the Cowboys making a serious push for the championship. Get ready, because this story is just getting started.